welcome back to Switched to Linux. Well, it's time for another Wednesday show, and today we're going to talk about getting started with Linux Part 2. We're going to be looking at the Windowsy part today, and so that's kind of basically if all you have is a Windows computer, how do you start in on Linux? So we're going to talk about building an ISO image or building a USB key so you can do an ISO image and things like that. Before we jump into that, let's go ahead and have a quick look at our comments. Let's see who is online and what are they saying. So Spindex and Q1 Fiend and Noah, greetings to you. Let's all leave likes to surprise Tom. All right, woohoo. Any dislikes on that thing yet? Has my dislike bot showed up yet? I mean, come on, he's around all over. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master, hello there. And Kyrie Holmes, greetings. Gonna play with Windows 10 in the VM during the stream or now. All right. Okay, is this about migrating from Windows 10 to Linux or that virtual whatever way to install Linux distros in Windows 10? What we're going to be looking at today is we're going to be looking at how to create a live key. So creating a live key in Windows 10, how to download an ISO, how to verify it, how to write the drive, write to that USB drive so that you can actually have a Windows or a Linux distribution to experiment with so you can boot your computer into that live key. That's what we're going to be doing. As far as covering it on VirtualBox, I might do a separate one just detailing how to use VirtualBox for beginners. That's something we might do, but I'm not completely sure yet. Hello, Adolphus of Blood. Yes, you are on time for once. Mr. GFY says T8, and sorry, I don't expect texting speech. T-8, yes, and I think you got it below. Using Peppermint 9 on a laptop right now, very good. Let's see, and using Chromium with uBlock origin, very good. If you're on Peppermint, make sure you have turned on the ad blocking system. Look in the menu there for the ad blocking. It's going to install a whole lot of scripts to your host file, and that's going to do really good as well. What is up with me? Not a whole lot, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master. What's up with you? The kitten has been released. Meow. All right. Let's see. Noah says meow. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master says meow. Mr. GFY says meow. Anyone else gonna say meow? Proceed to the bottom. Platform. Platform shoes? Platform, I don't know. Platform what? Cat in 3, 2, meow. He's like, dude, leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep. TermGet has been translated to German, and some bugs fix is done. Very good. And pizza. Greetings. Did your brother take over your stream today? I only watched part of it. I had to go and take care of other things. Dan Simmons, hello and welcome. I don't remember you before, so everyone say hello to Dan. And Mark Yates, greetings. Wednesday night at 7:01. It's just a regular stream night, I guess. Yes. Wednesday has always been a regular stream night at 7 o'clock. I am, though, thinking about moving my Thursday to 6 o'clock when I can, because it gives me the ability to have a longer stream and or more preparation time for the Christian stream, which is always at 9 o'clock. On Thursday night. So I'll be looking at the possibility of doing that. It just kind of depends on, is that actually what happens? Sound is too low. Whoa! How did my sound get that low? Thank you. All right, how are we doing now? Sound better now? I have no idea why the sound got pushed so low, but it got pushed way low. I'm not sure exactly how that happened. I must have hit a hotkey or something. Let me also adjust the mic. That should also help. All right. How is sound now? Thank you for catching that. Yeah, I'm not redlining. Well, okay. I'm sort of getting into the red, so that's good. So thanks for that. And my apologies if you had adjusted the sound and now it's too loud again. But this is where we will be at the rest of the stream. Watching in Linux from work, where I'm installing Windows 10. Trying to figure out what day tinfoil hat time. Weekly news. Okay, weekly news roundup is always Friday. Tinfoil hat time, when I have one to discuss and have had time to research it, it will be Thursdays now. It's just I don't always have a chance to research them. So if I have something that's easy to research or something really fascinating that lands in my inbox, I surprise you with a Thursday tinfoil hat time. And I actually, Carbon Programmer sent me some interesting things to look into. So I will see if I can look into at least one of those three things tomorrow. I'm just no promises on that yet. Okay, I'm happy to be here. Just too lazy to figure out the stream schedule. Well, stick around to the end. I'm going to show you where you can find the stream schedule, because there's a place you can find it. All right, found someone worse than Windows 10. Artificial flavored bacon Cheez-Its. I've eaten those. They're gross. Of all of the Cheez-Its I've tried to make, bacon was not one of them. And greetings, Carbon Programmer and Frost Ranger, the Frozen Realm. How's it going there? I heard a doggy bark. I didn't. No, maybe I missed it. Their aftertaste is horrid. Correct. Correct indeed. Tom, there is a guy with a machete behind me. Oh, Lord. Someday I'm going to have somebody come in and dress as an alien costume when I'm doing a tinfoil hat time. It will be fun. Robert Fitzpatrick, greetings. How are you? Brother did not take over the stream. All right, that's good. Sound is much better. All right, thank you. Received the initial notification and clicked on the remind me, and I didn't receive the notice you were on. Oh, YouTube. Rip, just swallowed a cherry pit. Ew, don't do that. I can hear you loud and clear at 96 for once on these old speakers. All right. Can I get a shout out? Shout out Noah's Videos. Go check out Noah's Videos. He does random live streams. Okay. Microsoft is making their own Android phone. Oh boy, that's exciting. Okay. Greetings, Harsh Nawani. How's it going there? Tinfoil Hat Times episode, whatever episode we're on. How to make tinfoil hat. There you go. Okay, just curious, have I ever used Plop Linux? No, I have not. And hello, Shady. It's the FBI. They're at your door and ready to have a conversation with you. They've been trying to get in touch with you for a year now. Indeed. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start up my VM, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into session 1 here, which is going to be getting started on Linux. So I will be back to the comments after we are done. Welcome back to Switched to Linux. Well, today we are going to continue our series on getting started with Windows and are getting... Wow, I need to edit that part out. Woohoo! Welcome back to Switched to Linux. Well, today we are going to continue our series on getting started with Linux. And today we are going to actually be on the Windows desktop. And what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you how to make a live key. Now, a live key is when you take a USB drive. You can also do it with a CD. So it used to be called a live CD. And you can boot the computer off of these items. Now, to do that, there may be some extra steps you need to do in your BIOS. It just kind of depends. Usually what you do is you plug in a bootable USB drive, like this one here, into the back of the computer. And then when you power it on, you can access a boot menu, which is either F9, F11, or F12. At most HPs, it's F9. MSI boards, I think it's F11. And most other boards out there, it's F12. That will get you into a boot menu where it should show you a list of all of the bootable options, and then you can select which item you are booting from. Now, if you're going to be testing out Linux a lot, what you might want to do is enter BIOS, which is usually either delete or escape or insert, sometimes F2. It just really depends on your computer. Getting into BIOS and changing the boot order. Put USB as the first boot order and then the hard disk as the second. What that's going to do is anytime a USB drive is put into your system, then it will automatically boot the USB drive. But when you want to boot back into Windows, take the USB drive out, reboot the computer, and it will go immediately into Windows. So today we're going to talk about how to make one of these devices. And so to do this, what we're going to do is you need a USB drive, and then we're going to essentially download everything else. So let's jump on over to Windows and see what we need to do. All right, so here we are on Windows 10. And what you're going to use is you're going to first install an application that is called Hashtab. I have that right here on my desktop. Hashtab is going to be the easiest way to check the hash of a file. You want to check the hash because the hash of your file is going to, this is going to give you the ability to verify that your ISO image that you download from the internet is the correct image. There was a period of time, Linux Mint, which is my preferred distribution, had an error in it where somebody hacked their website. It wasn't a security issue in the distro itself. It was somebody hacked their website and pushed a malicious image on their drive. So anybody who downloaded it and did not verify it, they may have installed a malicious version of the Linux distribution. So if you anybody though who downloaded it and checked the ISO images or checked the hashtag of the ISO image, then what would happen is they would have seen it was wrong, and then they would have gone in and found another copy or re-downloaded it. So if you don't know what a hash or anything else is, we'll cover what that is. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to boot up a, we're going to go ahead and boot up a web browser. Sorry, my brain was going messed up. And then we're going to find the Hashtab application. So this is implbits.com, and then just click on their products tab and click on Hashtab. If you are just doing this as a personal individual, then you can go ahead and get away with the free one. If you are a business or you're planning on doing a series of lot of other things on Windows, you would probably need to pick up the commercial. So think about whatever your particular item is. You download that, and then what you're going to do is you're going to just double click on your executable and install the file. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's going to add another tab in the properties menu when you right click a file and see it's going to give you a tab that is called hash. All right, so I have actually already downloaded Linux Mint. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to download your distribution. So this works with more than just Linux Mint. It's any type of distribution. So what you do is you download an ISO image, .iso file. And what an ISO file is it is essentially a disk image. You can put it onto a CD, you can put it onto a USB drive. Anything that can boot off of a USB drive or a CD or anything else you can put it on for that matter will be able to read that and boot off of it. So you're going to click on your download button and then grab the download you want. So in this case, we're grabbing Linux Mint 19 Tera Cinnamon, and we're grabbing the 64-bit edition. It is 1.8 gigabytes, and just find a local mirror. I think I grabbed the one from Advanced Hosters, and it took only about a minute or two to download. Now it says here, do not forget to verify your ISO. Now, most of your distributions out there are going to have somewhere to verify an ISO. And what you want to do is find the particular version that you want. So in this case, we're using Linux Mint 19. And so we grab that, and then they actually give you instructions. Now, I may not do a separate video on how to do this on a Mac. And the reason is verifying the image, at least on a Mac, is verifying the image on a Mac is the same way as running Linux. You literally go into a terminal, you type in SHA-256 sum. You can even leave out the B if you want, and then you can just enter the name of the ISO image. Of course, you have to be in the directory where it is, and that will verify the image for you. Works on Mac, works on Linux. Windows doesn't have that option. They might have one in the terminal or in the command line, is what Windows is going to call it. But here, this Hashtab is just a simpler option. Now, when you click in on this file here, this is actually going to give you the hashes. So there are 6 different lines here. These are for your 64 and 32-bit Cinnamon, Mate, and XFCE. All right, so I went ahead and downloaded my distribution. So what this big string of characters is, this is called a hash, and it is specifically a hash 256. Okay, SHA-256, which is a type of encryption. So what this means is that every single file, if you run a hash of it, it's going to give a different unique number. So the computer really looks at the number to verify if everything is correct. The chances of 2 things having the same hash is perilously close to 0. And so this is a way to verify files that you have downloaded. All right. So we're going to come over here. We are going to right click on our image. You can see it says mount. We can burn a disk image if there were a CD burning utility installed. I have 7-zip on here, so I could do that. But I'm going to come down to the properties menu, and then you will see an extra item. If you are following along, you will notice that I have file hashes and you may not. This is created by the application. Now what it's doing is it's going to copy, or it's going to create the hash of all of the files. Now the first time you do this, you're going to need to wait for it to go, and then we need to adjust the settings, and then you're going to need to let it go again because the settings does not take the SHA-256 hash by default. So we're going to let it go, and then here you can see it has SHA-1, MD5, and CRC32. Click on your settings button and then just find SHA-256, and then you can turn off anything else you don't want. So I don't really care about anything else right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Click OK, and now it's going to rehash. Now while it's doing that, I'm actually going to grab the hash for the appropriate distro. So make sure that you are grabbing the right bit rate. Oh Lord, ask Cortana. I don't want to ask Cortana anything. Thank you. Cortana, can I ask you to go jump in a lake? All right, so here I'm grabbing the Linux Mint 19 Cinnamon 64-bit, come back up. Now, anytime you put something in the clipboard, it automatically appears here, and then if it matches any of the hashes that's selected, it gives you this check mark, correct. So this tells you that this hash is correct. So the file that we downloaded is exactly the same that the Linux Mint website wanted us to download. There's no errors, there's no download issue, there's no corruption in the file. So now that we have that done, we're just going to cancel out of there. The next thing you want to do is you need an application to burn the ISO image. Most of your instructions are going to say use UNetbootin. The problem is UNetbootin for about 3 years has not worked on Windows systems for the most part. A lot of people have tried it. There are multiple different OMG, Ubuntu, and other comment threads about it. Apparently after, I guess, version 5.85 or 5.85, I remember a 5 and 8 and a 5 in it. After that, the system doesn't work anymore. I've tried multiple times. I could not get UNetboot working in the last couple of years. So there is, fortunately, a new one has cropped up, and this is called Rufus. So this is rufus.akeo.ie. And this is a application is essentially a very similar thing to what UNetbootin was. And so what we're going to do is come down here and you're going to download it. Now this is a portable application, meaning that it has everything inside the file to run. It doesn't have to be installed. You can throw it on a drive, carry it to a different computer, whatever you want to do. There are some other versions, so you just go ahead and download that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to insert your USB drive, which I have forgotten to do. So since I'm actually recording this video on a virtual machine, I actually need to mount my drive. Where is it at? Ah, there it is. All right, so now we see our notification. We have put this in. Now, the name of this drive is because I've already tested this application works prior to doing the video. This would be the name there that I get the notification for is whatever you've called it. It might be called files. It might just be called, PNY, crappy USB drive, whatever else. Regardless, that is now mounted, and I should, emphasis on should, be able to see it if I navigate to PC. So you can see that this is over here. And what you might want to do is you might think about formatting it. I don't really need to format, I don't think. Let's just go ahead and change it to drive. We're just going to go ahead and do it anyway, just to give you the full experience and make sure and verify we're doing it. So we're just going to go ahead and do a quick format on that. Format is now complete. We can close. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run Rufus. Just double click on it. It's going to ask us would we like to run this. Origin, downloaded from the internet. Oh, it's evil. Okay, so we're going to select where we are installing it. So it's going to auto-select the drive, the USB drive that we have inserted. We need to select whether we are we're grabbing, just grab the disk or ISO image, and then select the file. So here I'm just navigating to my downloads, Linux Mint, and hit my enter button. Give it the volume label. This, it's just kind of pulling it from the title. You could actually call this anything. This is not a bad title because it kind of tells you what's on the drive when you plug it into a computer. Like, what's on this thing? You know, I got like 100 of these things laying around. What's on this drive? I don't know. Plug it in. This tells me what it is. Okay, so file system, just leave all this kind of stuff. Now, when we hit the start button here, it's going to ask us 2 questions. The first one is... actually, it's only asking us one. It was asking me 2 questions. There was something that was not on the drive initially, and it needed to go on the internet and download it. That was the first one. If you hit the other one saying something to the effect of, something's not on the drive, do you want to go over to the internet and download it? It had to do with one of the image things. Then the answer is yes, you want to do that so that everything works. This one here is the second dialog, and this is going to ask you, do you want to write this in ISO image mode or in DD mode? So DD is like a full copy over the system. The ISO actually allows some other options. And so we're actually just going to use the ISO is what you want to use first. If for some reason this fails, go back and do the DD, but you may have some limitations on the drive after that. So we'll go ahead and hit OK. It is giving us the warning. We are going to erase everything on the drive. So, don't do this on your drive of family pictures thinking, oh, there's only 10 pictures on there. This is so small enough. No, this will wipe everything on this USB drive. This is not touching your hard drive, just your USB drive. Go ahead and click OK. And now what it's going to do is it is going to do its thing, which this is actually going to take about 3 to 5 minutes, kind of depending on the speed of the machine. This one here, I think I've given this 4 processing cores and 6 gigs of RAM, so it will not take as long as it did on my other test machine, which is not able to record video on. So we are going to go ahead and copy this. Now, while we are waiting for this to copy, I'll just kind of pop myself back up on here. I'm not burning it to this particular drive. I have another drive I'm burning this to. So when this is done, this is going to be what is called a Linux Mint live key. A live key will allow you to do 2 things. The first is you can plug it into your computer, boot off of it. You can play with the thing without installing anything. Okay, that will have an installer, so be careful. You don't want to accidentally run that installer and install on top of your Windows distribution. You don't want to do that. All right, but it will allow you to play with the system. When you are on that live system, you can download applications. You can get the full Linux experience. It's just the difference is once you are done with that drive and you shut down the computer and pull the drive out, anything that you have done will not change. Okay, so when you reinsert it, any application that you have installed is going to be gone. Any file you've downloaded is going to be gone. It's going to restore itself to the very copy we are adding right now. Okay, now the second thing is you can use that as an installer. So if you want to install that to your disk, maybe you want to install it to a secondary disk, or you can even take this disk, reinstall it to a second USB hard drive. So if you were to run the installation on what we are creating on another USB hard drive, which by the way has to be USB 3 or greater, then you can actually run this as an installed Linux on your computer. In that case, anything you download will be retained, any file will be retained, and it will be a completely separate operating system that is completely installed. Okay? So now this tells us that it is done. We're going to go ahead and close, and let's go ahead and open up our files and go back to our PC again, and we can see that it is okay. We can see here we have the boot items here. Now I'm not going to go ahead and test the disk now. It should work just fine. When I had tested this out to make sure this logic works, make sure these applications will work on Windows and all that kind of stuff, then it actually worked perfectly. I was able to boot it back into a different computer. So there is, if you are on Windows and you want to know how to create a live key, that is what you need to do. And I'm going to go ahead and list those individual applications in the description down below so that you can try those out. So with that being said, thanks for getting to the end of this video, and let me know what are the next types of things you really want to see covered in this tutorial series on how to get started with Linux. So thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. All right. Did Rufus? Let's see. Let's see if there's any comments before I shut down the Windows machine here. Feelings are hurt. Wait, no, this one's for Steve Gibson on Security Now. Use Plop Linux to boot of USB on an old computer. Cool. No problem. I get along with the FBI. The FBI is way too busy with Trump. It's on Windows 10, the title. I'm panicking. It's a server and rescue tool. Yes, there you go. All right. Linux problems with sleep, hibernate, and shutdown. All right. Give us your distributions and things, and we'll see if anybody has some answers for you. Okay, you got a full plate, of course. They've had some full plate for quite some time. No one will cooperate, so people are getting arrested left and right. The FBI is investigating the wrong person. Corruption is amok. Windows 10 tutorial. How to leave Windows. There you go. Yep. On my HP, it's F10. Okay, so it could be F10. All right. All the HPs I've seen, it's been F9, but okay, that's interesting. This kind of depends more on the motherboard and the BIOS than anything. They're investigating all of it. They are discovering things left and right, and they have arrested several people now, but another story for another day. How to install Linux side by side with Windows. Delete the Windows partition. There you go. Though I don't use Windows, I do like watching tech videos. Yep. Well, there's people out there that want to switch to Linux, and you know, my videos on how to do this are out of date. So, and I think that this was a lot better than the previous one that I had. Okay, I'm going to install Slackware 14.2 on VM right now. See if it goes. All right. Bet they use them in jar. Oh, guys, you're trolling Joe now. Okay. We'll let the evidence determine what comes up. Okay. Let's leave politics out of here. Just end it. Trump deserves. No, I'm not going to read that comment. It's already been proven Russians hacked U.S. elections. Of course, Trump is winning. Nah. You have the latest version of HBCD. I don't know. Okay. I think those men think hacking is done on a Commodore 64. Greetings, Francisco. How's it going there? Trooper for doing this. Well, thank you, Adolphus of Blood. Greetings, Anna Rita. How are you? Come back later. Yeah, this is not a political show, so let's chill on the politics. Let's focus on how crappy Windows is. We can all be joined together on how crappy Windows is here on Switch to Linux. Hoping you can do separate live stream or video. I may not. I don't know. What's the best Linux distro? I personally use a Linux Mint Cinnamon. Hello, everyone. How are you? Anna Rita, where's my digital girl? All right. All right. Oh, leave. Okay, that was bad to put a little thumb drive in front of the kitty. He's like, ooh, something to play with. All right. Okay, yeah, I prefer Linux Mint Cinnamon. It really is a matter of choice. There's no really best, but it's kind of comes down to a matter of preference. I use Linux Mint Cinnamon because it works. It works really well. It has an interface that I'm used to. I don't have any issues at all across all the computers I've used it on. So, all right. The one that fills your needs. There's a good answer. Yep. Okay, thanks for doing this. I have no medicine has to enter your digestive system a while later. Cortana play Spice Girls. Ooh, yeah. If I were to give give the microphone to Cortana, that could be cool. Is this a dual boot tutorial? No, Matt, it is not a dual boot. I was showing you how to make a live key on Windows 10, and I will have the edited version of this up probably later on tonight. As far as dual boot, I don't generally recommend dual booting, but I'll see what I can do on it. JJ Game uses Rufus. I didn't even know about Rufus until I figured out UNet booting just wasn't working right. Cortana, play Bot by Hanson. Oh, Lord. Etcher, okay. Hope you're as knowledgeable on Windows as Linux. Fairly knowledgeable, yes. Although my Windows distribution still has Candy Crush on it. Oh, and Minecraft. I must not have... I don't know if I've just not deleted any of those or if they just keep on coming back to life. I'm not sure. Missed the intro. What do you mean by Linux on Windows? Yeah, I hope I answered that for you, Matt. If I didn't, ask again, and I will answer it when I get to the bottom of this comment thread. One thing I will agree with on you. So we phrase people and wanting government. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to read the political ones at this point. Okay. People how to nuke Windows. No, I'm not telling people how to nuke Windows and install. I'm teaching you how to use your existing Windows distribution, make a Linux live key so you can experiment with Linux without harming your Windows partition. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, Rufus and Rosa Image Writer are the only programs that work for me on Windows. Okay. Say use DD, but this is Windows, yeah. Okay. Man, I thought those sounds came from my computer having a system sounds off in Cinnamon. Is Linux better than Windows? It really boils down to what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish. Windows is good if you are a gamer. It is good if you have extremely proprietary software you need to run. Windows is good for all those things. I generally use free software where I can. I'm not really a big gamer. I focus on production, and so Linux is perfect for me. You really have to experiment. This is why I tell people, try it out. Pick yourself up a cheap USB drive, download a distro, try something like Linux Mint, and play with play with Linux on your computer without harming your Windows partition. Don't install, don't try and dual boot, don't do any of that kind of stuff. Just experiment with it on a live key so you can get used to what you can do. And then ask yourself, all the things that I do on my Windows computer, how do I do that on Linux? And maybe that's a good direction for this series to go. You tell me a task that you do on Windows and how you do it, and we'll see how we can accomplish that on Linux. Okay, so Windows command line doesn't have a DD. I don't think it does. At least not one that would copy an ISO onto a partition for Linux to be able to boot into a system. But I don't know. For easier to do inside Windows than Linux, even with the advent of DD. No, actually, I don't know. It really depends because on many Linux distributions, you can simply right-click and reburn the thing on with disks utility or a USB image writer. I like Linux Mint has a USB image writer. What other distro did I look at recently that also just put that in? I forget which one. But the USB image writers are always good. However, that being said, you can just use the basic disks utility inside Linux and do the same thing. So. Most distros today, still because GUI tools just click and go, you need to get real work done. MX Linux, now MX Linux, and I believe Peppermint OS has this type of tool. Okay, yeah, it might have been one or both of those. I saw it recently. Mint Stick. Okay, yep. Mugen says Etcher's junk. We have a debate. We have a debate. Okay, USB image writer is pretty good, but it's a Linux tool. Yep. Did Rufus upgrade the interface? I don't know. I just learned about Rufus the other day because I don't do this on Windows computers. When I need to burn an ISO, I do it on Linux. Okay, let's see. You can run Puppy Linux. So you can save changes on the live sticks. Use it all the time. Thanks for that disturbing insight into what you do at work. All right. Keep hearing good from multi-USB, who's saying that mainly in the past. Okay, SD cards work great to be installed too. The problem is that not all systems can boot off an SD card. Some systems can boot off an SD card. Many systems cannot. So you have to be very careful if you're trying to boot off of an SD card, burning your image down. For anybody that just jumped on, we went through the first step about how to create a live key on Windows 10. If there's anything else, I still have my Windows 10 open over here. So if we need to see anything else, we can jump back over there. So leave your questions in there while I have Windows 10 turned on, and then we'll move over to another topic here shortly. Okay. Oh, you work a graveyard shift. All right. Okay. Sad Error, are you on? Oh yeah, Sad Error, greetings. Yeah, shouldn't you be doing work? Yes, you should be doing work. Alright, okay. Not a live environment, but a full install on a USB flash drive. Okay, so you want to do a full installation on a USB flash drive. Yep, we can manage that. Okay. Well, I mean, not all live keys support persistent storage. That's why I bring that up separately. So, yeah, we can talk about that another time, I guess. Doing videos in one shot. Yeah, that's the way I prefer because I don't have a lot of time to edit stuff. Although I do need to edit that beginning of that Windows video there. So your natural color, your hair color calibration needs work. No, I think calibration's pretty good. I think I'm running a color filter on the system though to make me look a little bit more human. Basically, instead of wearing makeup in front of all these things, I can run color filters instead, you know. HP is F2. Now F2, generally F2 for BIOS. F10, I've seen F10, F9, 10, 11, or 12, I guess, for the boot menu. Okay. Having issues with sleep/hibernate. Well, I find that NyQuil puts you out really good. I mean, just taking some NyQuil. My brother calls it coughing, sniffing, sneezing. How in the world did I wake up on the kitchen floor medicine? So, you know. How to delete Windows 10 spyware. Delete System 32, yeah. Say Linux is free, we need to buy a USB drive. No, or you can just walk around conferences long enough until someone hands you one, because you want to format that anyway. On your Android now, very good. Got a new Core i7 computer, 8 threads, 6 gigs of RAM, currently on Ubuntu Mate. Very nice, Sad Error, very nice. Okay, my favorite Linux Easter egg is Grub Invaders. Okay, I have to use Windows 10 because of my job. If I ever manage to get fired, I'll never use Windows again. Very nice, very nice. Things left to use. Am I the only one left that still uses burned DVDs? I'll use some burned DVDs if I need them. Okay. Did you hear from QuidSub's video about Deepin a few weeks ago? Something Deepin is collecting data. Yeah, he actually did an update to it. He confirmed it was not the Deepin desktop, just the Deepin OS. Installing Lineage in a VM. I don't think you can do Lineage on a VM. Maybe you can, but I don't know. Getting over 4,000 attempts to SSH in my new server, VPS Apache. Managed to solve this by entirely disabling passwords for SSH and using keys. Yeah, actually, that's why I use keys instead of SSH into things. That's actually why Amazon doesn't even allow passwords to SSH into an EC2 instance. Just got to watch out for leaky keys. Want me to time out people who talk about politics? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and time out anyone talking politics just because we had way too much of it earlier and it caused somebody to get mad and leave. So yeah, please don't talk politics or Pizza's gonna have to put you in timeout. So a few computers that can't boot from USB. Yeah. Getting started with Linux part 2. Yes, I did a part 1 a couple weeks ago. I just didn't have room for the word part in there. Okay, 8K tomato textures. My best solution is something in Linux. Oh, my internet dropped for a second. You coming back? It's probably Windows downloading a bunch of crap. Windows consuming my bandwidth. Yep, there it goes. I'm going to shut down Windows now. Stealing my bandwidth. Die, Windows. Oh, Lord, I can't even shut down Windows when I want to. Working on updates. Don't turn off your computer. Lordy. Oh, boy. Okay, Cortana, play Vanilla Ice. Yep, bloatware is undead on Windows. Install a Windows 10 feature, update it, reinstalls the UWP apps you removed because they aren't really removed. Minecraft is good, it's just Microsoft shoving in people's face. Make it look bad. Yeah. And greetings, Cobalt. How's it going? Daniel, how are you? Candyman keeps coming back. Yeah. Gonna chop off his head, put him in a blender, and send the rest of the parts to Norway. He'll still come back from the dead. Does anybody know what reference that's from? Okay, okay. Lordy, I still can't shut down Windows. It's still like, nope, you can't shut me down. Use Linux Mint from World Gaming System. Runs games better than Windows. The views on Windows shifted since I found your channel. All right. Now I'm banning myself. There's a great YouTube video called Free Yourself from Microsoft and the NSA. Great PDF book goes with it. Very cool. Very cool. Love Ubuntu Mate now, but I missed my Linux Mint 19 install. Yeah, listen to the stream with $8 Bluetooth earbuds. All right, are they save or smash, man? Are they save or smash? Okay. It's about an inexpensive PDF editor compared to Adobe that works on Linux called Master PDF. Huh. Dennis Mills is the author, and this is the speaker, and the author is David Spring. All right. Search YouTube for yourself from Microsoft NSA will pop up at the top of the search results. All right. Some pretty fun games out there. I was actually surprised to find Shattered Pixel Dungeon as a flat pack. Very cool. Got to watch out though with all the flat packs and things, is that it's possible to put malicious stuff in those. Am I the only one who does not use Discord? No, I don't use Discord either. Do I also time out? Yes, anybody who has mod ability, you can time out politics. No, we're not throwing anyone into timeout unless they start going crazy. No, if you start saying bad stuff about our president or bad stuff about our other presidential candidate, then someone might put you into timeout. But I would not do that. Okay. Yes, Pizza is a moderator. Be careful. Pizza is a moderator. Pizza. Alright. Use DVDs for making boot discs. Windows only spies on you. Silence pro Windows trolls? Nah. Pro Windows trolls, unless they're completely abusive. Okay. Well, there's that part. Let me find my I closed down GIMP. I wasn't supposed to have because I want to change my thing. We're gonna do a channel update video next. Boot-a-doop-a-doo, boot-a-doop-a-doo. Okay. I think my kitty cam stopped working. Move that back over there. Kitty cam. Yep, kitty cam has stopped working. Such a bummer. I got a nice still shot of the kitty, but the kitty cam has stopped working. Okay, that's a bummer. Oh, really? Windows is also like a foreign operating system now that I'm used to Linux. Why is Windows so odd? Sarcasm is lost on too many people. Ever tried Linux from scratch? No. Hey, Cortana, are you stalking me? Of course I'm stalking you, Dave. The cat just looked at me. He's like, what? No, kitty, I'm not stalking you. I'm stalking... Cortana is stalking you. That's right. All right. C++ editor, compiler for Linux. No, I don't know of one personally. See if anyone else does. Now we refer to Windows as Microsoft Android at work. If there was a mass-marketed Android laptop, Microsoft and Apple would be in trouble. Okay. All right, let me find a website here. All right. Now, as we jump into a channel update, all right, so here we're just going to go ahead and do a little channel update, just some things I've been working on behind the scenes. So of course, I have 3 different channels. This is certainly the largest of the channels, and then I have been working on spending quite a bit of time developing my own private support channel. So if somebody does not want to jump on Patreon, if you do like Patreon, check out patreon.com/TomM, T-O-M-M. That's not going anywhere at all. But I did want to work on a external support system so that people that didn't really want to go on and support Patreon or didn't want to use Patreon or were restricted from using Patreon, I've been working on my own system, and we're going to announce today the beta of that system. And that system is called Think Life Media. And it took me a while to come up with what title I'd want to have. And I had all sorts of people like Switch to Cooking or all this other things. It's like, no, we can't produce something which incorporates the name of any of my channels because this system is about all my channels. So I developed this branding called Think Life Media because that's really what all 3 of my channels really have in common. I want you to think about life, I want you to live life, and I operate on the basis of media. So this functions as a various support channel. First things first, you can bookmark this page and come here and see right away, have I released a new video, and you can watch it on any of my channels. This is all automatic. So as soon as a new video is posted, it will automatically appear here. I don't have to do anything. It's all self-automated. So if you are curious, have I pushed out a new channel or a new video on any of my 3 channels, come right here. You will see it right on the home page. Any public updates, I will have the ability here to post up to 2 different public updates here. And I do have a posting schedule, which is already a little out of date. I do need to change my posting schedule around because, like I said, I'm doing live streams Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday is just kind of a live hangout, which is usually around noon or so. No specific time, and I'm going to be pulling Outdoor Philosophy off of Switch to Linux. I'm actually going to be moving it onto the Christian channel. So these actually are color-coded as well. I'm going to try to do a weekly or bi-weekly home cooking hacks video. We're still working on some infrastructure. Now, we are ad supporting this site for now, so I am putting just 2 Google ads on here. Only one of them is loaded right now. Of course, I am a web developer. If you need a website, take a look at my website over here at Western Mountain Web. You can get a hold of me over here. I can help you with domains. I can help you with hosting. I can help you with anything else. So that's kind of behind it. All right, so there are, and I will run well, I think I have no more than 2 ads on any page. There might be 3 on a couple. Now, you can click on each channel page up here. These are all public links, and you can visit the channel. If you're not already subbed to the channel, you can subscribe to it, and you can visit the channel's website over here. Each of my channels does have a website. Any of the latest articles will appear right down here. So if you keep an eye on these, you can see, of course, I don't publish much on Switch to Linux at this time. I do have a banner over here. I am working on developing and collecting affiliate links. So if there is a service that you are looking about or thinking or wanting to buy, not only do the affiliate links help me, but oftentimes using an affiliate link myself or anyone else's for that matter will give you a discount on the service the first couple times. So don't forget to come by, check out the affiliate links to make sure. Of course, there's the Amazon, which is for anything else. You can click on this See More Affiliates. This will list all my affiliates. I've picked 4 web hosting companies. These are all companies I've either used or trust based on recommendations from other people that I completely trust in the field. You will not find things like HostGator or Bluehost or any of the EIG companies on here. Even though those are some of the best paying out affiliate programs, they're also the worst hosting companies. I will not be putting any affiliate links for any service I cannot recommend. So I've selected 2 VPNs for now. I might add more, especially since there is a rumor going around that NordVPN may be owned by a data analytics firm. That is not completely, but mostly unsubstantiated. Some people who know about these things are researching it, and I'm in communication to make sure those are the case. The shopping one is here, and there will be other affiliate links. So essentially, if you are looking to help support this channel and you're thinking about any types of service, go ahead and click on the affiliate tab over here and think about using any of these. So those will actually help support the channel. So here's the Christian channel. Of course, the latest videos here. You can visit the channel, subscribe, go to the website. I also have the most popular places to get the podcasts listed over here. So this is the direct feed for anything in general. This channel here will get updated more. As soon as I also finish the podcast, I do plan on re-updating the website. Of course, home cooking hacks. You can come over here, grab the latest recipes over here. Once again. Now, if you are looking to help financially support the site, you can actually support the site a few different ways. Obviously, the paid support is what this site's about. Other supports, check a look at the affiliates page. Also, the merchant shops. As I add more merchant shops, I will probably be adding one for each of the channel brands eventually. You can click over here and find any of those. But what you can do is you can click on the support levels, which is the same link up here, and you can actually purchase access. $1 a month, or you can get a year access for $11.50, $5 or $58 for a year access for silver, gold levels, and platinum levels. Okay, so you can actually get these right now. As of now, these are only supporting PayPal. I looked at doing Stripe. It's just too much overhead time for me to get Stripe working on this at the same time. So for now, it's going to be PayPal. But there is another option. I have set up a LibrePay account, which hopefully doesn't end up burning me in the long run. I have set up a LibrePay account. I've not used LibrePay personally, so I'm not sure all of the details. So basically, if you are already a patron supporter or you want to support on Patreon, you can use Patreon, send me a message through Patreon, and you will get access to this site. Okay. The LibrePay, if you send a corresponding of that level or above on LibrePay, shoot me the message and I will go ahead and set you up the account. The minimum amount of information I need to set up an account is in email, and I've kept it that way. Usually, like, maybe a preferred username as well. So give me a preferred username and an email, and I will get that. So I'm trying to have as many possible ways, realizing we want to have anonymity for some people. So the LibrePay option is good. Some people want to support multiple creators, so the Patreon option is good. Some people are just like, I want to do it directly. This is good. And I don't know, if I get requests, I might just say, here, send a money order to this address if you want, and we'll process it as soon as we get it in. That's another option I am open to. Just anything it takes for that. What you will find, so those are all of the ways there. So what does support get you? The first thing it gets you is all of the ads get stripped away. Once you are logged in to this site with a support account, the ads are stripped away, with the exception of this ad on the affiliate site. I can't get that to going away without compromising the security of the site, so I'm thinking about just taking this off completely, because I want to have it to be an ad-free experience for anybody that is an actual financial supporter. So you will not be seeing ads, and I think I will eventually put Google Analytics just to see what the reach is. But again, if you are logged in as a paid supporter, you will disappear from Google Analytics as well. As of right now, I don't have any VAT clearances, so technically I will only be pushing and operating this in United States. I don't know if paying support by LibrePay for access would get around that or not. I honestly have no idea. That is down the road to think about and to look at for this channel and for other things. So you will get an ad-free experience, and then you also get access to all the things at the top. So if you come up to the top actually and click any of these guys, you'll be able to see what things are up here. So these are actually the supporters vlogs. So I'm not sure why this ended up in supporters vlog. That shouldn't be in supporters. That should be somewhere else. I'll just need to fix that. But if you click into one of these guys, you'll see that you need to log in. And if you're not logged in, you can hit the join button. So all these up here, there's supporters vlogs, there's live streams, which is going to be changed to like behind the scenes videos, because another part of the channel update I'll get to in a minute, if as long as I don't forget. Coupon codes. This is coupon codes for the shops, any of the merchandise shops. So any of the paid supporters, patron supporters, then those you'll get the access to the coupon code. So if you're thinking of getting something, check out the coupon codes page, because you might get 15% off if you wait a week, or you might get free shipping tomorrow, whatever else. There's monthly polls. So we're going to be asked, what types of things we want to see next, what type of videos. There's video requests. The $1 will get you all those items there. The videos, it gets you coupon codes and polls and video requests. $5 gets digital downloads and advanced tutorials. So these are any of the books that I write, or any other digital stuff that I'm producing that is like time intensive. So like my host file is just going to stay free on the Switch to Linux site. But my ebooks, for example, as I write ebooks, as I do other things, $5 and above per month, you can get onto the digital downloads. And then advanced tutorials, these are going to be more detailed videos that are for the $5 and up. Now the 10 and the 25, those branches will get, those will actually get all of those items, plus they will get merchandise from the store for free from whichever channel you want it from. And so you can check out, I think it's on the support levels page where I have all that. So if you're at the gold level, which is $10 a month, 9 consecutive months will get you a free t-shirt or similarly priced item from the shop. or 4 consecutive months at the platinum level will get you a free item from the shop. So that is the main support site. So that is where you can actually help support things some more. So check a look at thinklifemedia.com. If you are already a Patreon supporter, or if you just want to send a donation directly from PayPal as well, which you can grab on any of my channels, you can just directly send that with a note in there or with an email to it. Just verify who it is, and I will go ahead and get you those accounts. So you can take a look, though, at Think Life Media, the main homepage. This also can be a place where if there's, if YouTube goes absolutely crazy and shuts down a channel, this will be the place to hear all about it or read all about it. So there will also be some private posts. Right now, I just have the 2 public ones. This is still in beta, so we're just experimenting with this. I want some feedback. I want to see how it works. Are there any bugs? Anything we should change? I do also want to add a supporters forum down the road. When I get like 50 supporters, or maybe, I don't know, 25 supporters or something, enough that taking the time to build a forum makes it worth it, then I'll go ahead and start working on that. But for me, that's what we're going to do. Let's see. Techlore, greetings, Techlore. How much for a 10-minute petting session for the kitty? Well, you got to come down to the State College area, and I will come and bring a kitty for you to pet for a little bit, right? Those are free. Pets are free, right? And he would deeply appreciate it if you give him a kitty treat. All right, so that is that. Okay, other things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to change the format of the Friday, maybe slowly, but I'm going to stop recording the videos and then cutting them into 3 parts. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to record it live as I've been doing, and then what we're going to do is we're actually going to put timestamps in for the different settings. That way I don't have to, it basically gets rid of an extra 2 hours of work for me. And it'll be a lot easier to just track down to the beginnings of those so people can still catch those. And in place of the live streams, the financial supporters, I'm going to try and do some extra types of behind the scenes or other types of videos there. Maybe just more things, I don't know, maybe just more casual videos. Maybe when we have enough direct supporters, we can change that also to do supporter-only live streams, things like that. For the most part, though, I'm going to keep everything as public. I'm not going to try to paywall a lot. Advanced tutorials, those are the things, they may get paywalled, they may not. It's going to depend on what it is. So like one of the things I'm working on right now is I'm working on a course for how to produce a book. And so that's going to be under advanced tutorials, but I'm also going to sell as a course in places I can do that. So those are some of the things I'm going to be doing a little bit differently. So those are kind of some channel updates. Hopefully that will work. And let me know your thoughts on the website. Let me know of any errors, any issues, and we will adjust those correspondingly. All right, let's see what we got here. What do we got? Okay, Windows also has an alien operating system now that I'm used to. Linux. Why is Windows so odd? I don't know. I think I've already read some of these comments, though. Okay. Greetings, Skybear. How are you? Is there a USB ISO creator for Linux with multi-ISOs? Not that I know of. Reason I use Windows is because I game. There you go. And that is a good reason to keep Windows. Make and CMake. Kitty's name is Scooter Melvin. Alright. Don't forget about Alexa stalking as well. That's right. I'm making a game on Source Engine, which uses Windows libs. Alright. Alright. Really like the title. Alright, yeah, that's what I was going for. What's the URL? It is thinklifemedia.com. Kitty, don't press things on the keyboard again. The kitty's trying to type. You want to name volcanoes, don't you? Yes, you do. You want to name volcanoes. Alright. Okay, 2000. 8. Okay, are they ads I agree with? There is some control what ad you can run on your site, unless I'm running paid ads directly from an individual company. I would prefer to do that. It's a lot more profitable, but I can control some ads. So there are some topics I will not allow on my site. So you should never come to my site and see some crazy seductive ad. You should not see gambling, alcohol, stuff like that. I have all those types of things blocked. But for the most part, when you're pushing Google ads, you do not have a lot of choice in what's on them. Surprised you have DigitalOcean on there. They look to be awesome. Yes, they have a system very similar to the SkySilk that I've been tinkering around with a little bit as well. Okay. Sure about the privacy and security they offer, but they sponsor, or who did the security now? Twit. I don't know. NordVPN, ProtonVPN could be from the same company. Techlore did a great video about it. I saw Techlore jump on. So Techlore, any other updates on that, or do we have to wait for the video? Okay. You finished with the design, Tom, or you have there's some more things I'm looking at. There's some things in the design I like. There's some things I kind of want to change a little bit. I just don't know. I'm open to suggestions on design. So I went ahead and dropped that in. Will you be accepting cryptocurrencies as a payment option? The only way I could pull that off at this point in time is I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Let me chat with somebody who knows about cryptocurrencies and see what I can do. So, Techlore, you around later? All right. Yes, it's called Think Life Media. ThinkLifeMedia.com. And I put a link in there. How much to get? Yeah, okay, we covered that one. Yes. Yeah, meow, meow. The Kindle Fire HDS. All right. Techlore rocks. Love your videos on privacy. Helped a lot. Very good. Yes, yes. Actually, that's how I found Techlore's channel. It's the one video on privacy. I think you said you're going to update it soon, but it's out of the house. Can't stand the heavy-handed advertising plastered all over it. Think of BSD. I just recently learned about it and would love to hear what you think. It's where Linux was 15 or 20 years ago. There's a lot of great things about it. Like my router is BSD. I'm running a pfSense router, and that's based on BSD. The problem, like one of the biggest problems, if you thought wireless support was bad in Linux, you should see wireless support in BSD. They don't support anything above, I think, G, maybe, internet. So that's actually why everyone running a pfSense router uses a wireless access point, because you cannot get even if you have a really good wireless router dongle or some other device, it will not work well on pfSense. So yeah, I mean, BSD is not bad. It's just not quite as developed as Linux is. Wonder how busy you are, Tom. Being productive is good. Yeah, that's one of the things I've been working on for a while. And probably, I don't know when I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it soon. I'm going to do a video on how to create your own, link, mini links. So, or URL shortener. That's the word I was looking for. So, if you check out, if you check out my VPN video that I did the other day, and you have a look at the description. No, I don't want to play it. Just show me the description. All right. So what I ended up building for myself the other day is I built a URL shortener that I control. So this is my URL shortener. And one of the reasons why I announced Think Life Media is my URL shortener is TLM.li. So thinklifemedia.link, essentially. tlm.li/PIA, that gets you to private internet access, /Nord gets you to Nord. And actually, all my stuff is pretty easy. So tlm.li/A2H gets you to A2 hosting. SGH gets you to SiteGround hosting. So I'm building my own link shortener platform. I'm going to be doing a video on how to do that very soon. So keep an eye out for that video. That's very high on my list of priorities. Okay, Librem 5 phone is good like Purism, saying I'm going to try it. I will try it when I can afford it. All right, that scrolling top bar on the website took me by surprise at first. It came up so abruptly. Okay. Will there be a Walk in Christ stream tonight? No, Walk in Christ stream goes up on Thursdays. I'm going to hopefully have the study up tonight. I have most of it done. I need to go in and get all the rest of the Bible verses put in place, and then that's going to be posted up. So hopefully I will get to that tonight. But there will be a Walk in Christ stream tomorrow, which is Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Getting more and more like just accusation. CEO of Proton Mail emailed me, as well as a rep from Nord, which was surprising. So far, things are looking good. Very good. Yeah, actually, Techler, the things I was gonna send you a message about is because one of the things, to my understanding, is they kind of shared an office. Well, the thing is that there are businesses that serve no other purpose than to be the listing location for corporations. There's actually one. It's either in Laramie or Cheyenne, Wyoming, that houses something like 5,000 corporations. All it is one little house that's full of card files with all of the contact information, and the person who runs the business is listed as a corporate manager. That's actually fairly common. People don't realize it, but when you get into the corporate world, that's actually how corporations work. So it doesn't surprise me if they would share that, because they probably just, work within similar fields. So that's something to look into. Very good. Security Now, hosted by Steve Gibson, a security guru named Rootkit and SpinRite. All right. First part of the show on Linux 10. Yeah, Steven. I will be editing that out and having a much more concise, probably like 10 or so minute or whatever, but that will be up. Linux problems with sleep, hibernate, and shut down. All right. NyQuil really helps with that sleep. Becoming a bear helps with hibernation and shutting down. I don't know. No. Which Linux distro are you on? Okay, of all the research I've done, Proton Nord, there is nowhere near enough evidence to conclude any accusations are accurate. Still looking for more detail. For the shortener, they are all dying. Yep. And the ones that are left are, what are the ones that are left? Like, I think owl.ly is one. And what's the other one? Which I think I might actually block. That might actually be blocked on my host file because I can't get to it. STL, let's see. Okay, must have missed what accusations are. Use Proton has been working great. Okay, they were accused of being the same company as Nord. Okay. Loving Manjaro, KDE, any opinions? I like Manjaro and I like KDE. I'm not sure I've used Manjaro KDE, though. I really like Manjaro. I really like KDE. I've not used them both. Okay. No idea you put out Christian media. I've worked with Christian ministry for years now. Very cool. Yeah, I do. I write Christian books. I am republishing another one as soon as I get my Library of Congress number. I'm waiting for the Library of Congress to email me back. I need to get my Library of Congress control number, and that's and then I will have the latest, the updated version of my Testing and Temptations out. But yeah, I have a couple Christian books, and I should be doing 2 more this year too. I'm co-writing one. We're about 70 or 80% complete with that, and I actually have about 95% of another book done as well. I just need to do the formatting and finalizations. Steve Paul, hi. Steve Paul, hi. Hi. And welcome. Everyone say hi to Steve. Gonna brag for a sec, but I just got my Verizon phone to boot loop at recovery. Nice. Why are URL shorteners dying? Well, Google killed theirs. I think the other ones are just very slimy with as far as like the what am I trying to say? My train of thought has derailed. Let me read that comment again. Tons of ads, tons of banner in betweens, just lots of things that just aren't very particularly good. And that's all kind of going on with the URL shorteners. But yeah, it kind of started with Google had theirs. Of course, Amazon has one, but it only works for Amazon products. So they have a good URL shortener as well. But the cool thing about the shortener I'm using is that it will actually track some information. Let me give you guys a quick preview of it. So I actually goofed up on it the first time, and I went with a URL that I just thought was a little too long. I might have mistyped that because I have a kitty on my keyboard over here. Right. Okay, so this is actually the interface of my one that was too long. So I actually went with tlml.link, and I looked at that like, I like it, but it's not short enough. And then I forgot I can get like you can get any TLD ending. So I went back through and I'm able to pick up .li, which many of them just cost like $12 per year. So I ended up going with tlm.li, way better. But this is kind of how it works. It basically has, you enter the URL, you can actually just shorten it, which gives you an automatic, or you can give it a custom shorten and then hit the shorten. And then this gives you the name of the item over here. On top of one of these guys, you can pull up stats. You can pull up the share options to quickly share it. You can share it on Twitter or Facebook if you want to, I guess. This is actually the direct link. And then you can actually come over here and click your analytics. So this is, I actually used this all over last night. So you'll kind of see what I can do with this is clicking on my stats button. Come on. Clicking on my stats button here. What ends up happening is now it will show me some basic traffic stats like this. And it will give me the location. Now it doesn't log any IPs or anything like that, so it's not like it's not pulling a lot of stuff that's seriously sensitive. But I do get country codes, I get time, I get traffic locations, and I get sources. So you can see this one here came from YouTube. This one here came from just a direct link. So refers are there. I thought there was another. So here is kind of the breakdown. Here's the shorter link. Here's that. So this is kind of how it works. It's very nice, very easy to use platform. It installs on any web server. Of course, you need a database running with it as well. But that's kind of how it works. And I'm going to be doing a full video, full tutorial on how to make that thing work. All right, let's see. Should I dual boot? I'm using Linux on my notebook, but Windows on my gaming PC. I do not recommend dual booting on the same hard drive. As long as you can support a second hard drive, then yeah, put Linux on one drive, put Windows on another drive, and then use your boot menu to determine which one you want to boot into. Suspend works for me. Hibernation is another story. I've never even tested those because I don't suspend or hibernate. I just shut the computer down when I need to shut it down. It's not like this isn't Windows 3.1 period of time where it took 10 minutes to boot on. Actually, it took 20 minutes oftentimes to boot on a computer. You go boot a computer, watch a sitcom, make some popcorn, drink a cup of coffee, come back and the computer's about ready to use. Yeah, we can boot up computers pretty quick now. Okay, do you have any rhyme or reason for dual booting gaming? Let's see. Never trusted those shorteners, to be honest. Yep, and now I control shorteners now, so that's the awesome part. Okay. Wife Margot says hi. Hello, Margot. How are you? Okay, I'm imagining Keegan, the Enlightenment ring bell. Okay. 10 minutes? What's 10 minutes? Best option lately to accept Bitcoin payments independently as a merchant is use BTC Pay server. More info here. Ultimate guide to BTC Pay. All right, let me write that down. BTC Pay. All right. Xubuntu or Lubuntu? If you're asking my opinion, Xubuntu. I am not a fan of LX. Is it LXDT or LXQT? I forget which one Lubuntu uses. I run Lubuntu on my banking computer, and every time I log into that thing to do my banking, I lament my decision. Oh, ran out of battery on your phone. All right. Is antivirus required in Linux? It depends on what you're doing. Linux is a much smaller target for malicious attacks than is Windows or even Mac. And so from that perspective, not really. If you are installing Wine or you're using a distro that has Wine pre-installed like Zorin, realize that installing Wine on top of a Linux distribution makes it so Windows viruses will run on it. So if you are running Wine, then you might think about running it, in which case ClamAV is a good antivirus for Linux. It's in most repositories. If you're being safe on the internet and you are not installing Wine, then you're probably okay without it. That's generally my take. Tony Simmons, greetings. Just a bit late. Yeah, I think I'm kind of coming close to wrapping this up. Unless there's any other final discussions here. Building PC, I'm thinking of using 64 gig USB drive. Then you can just remove it when I'm done. What do you think? If you're building one, Steven Anderson, invest in an Icy Dock. An Icy Dock basically takes place of a CD. Like, of course, you got to make sure your case actually supports something like a CD drive. It uses a 5.5-inch tray in your case. And then it simply allows you to pop hard drives in and out from the top. The problem with a USB drive, using a USB drive for your operating system, is they do eventually go bad, and a hard drive will not go bad nearly as much. And so if you're using an Icy Dock, use the Icy Dock and put that on your computer, and then you can pop your hard drives in and out rather than using USB drives. That's oftentimes a better option. It depends on what you're trying to do, though. I would have a scanner, but not an active one. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump on over to feed the kitty. Let me see if I can get the kitty cam working. Hold on a second. Kitty cam, please. Hey, there we go. Okay, Katie. All right, so we'll do our final call for comments. We'll feed the kitty, and then what we're going to do next is we'll wrap up any final comments, then we will say goodnight. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Maybe we'll feed the kitty. Kitty, kitty. There you go, cat. Kitty, kitty. There he comes. Come on, buddy. Come on. Yes. There you are. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here for feeding the kitties. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh boy, oh boy, right here. Oh, well, it looks like the kitty can needs to raise up a little bit to see that better. Ready, buddy? Ready, ready, ready? Oh, he's like, I am snagging that right about now. I'm not letting you get ready, man. Over here, over here. Oh, there you go. There you go. Are they finger licking good today? They're finger licking good. Look at that. got a flea. I got fleas. Hey, kitty, that's not a pretty part of you. There you go. Oh, yep, Tim was right. I gave the cat fleas, apparently. Oh, lordy. All right, let's see. HD and a dock. One for OS, one docked for storage. Rip the kitty can. Yeah, it's back. Okay, do you have any thoughts on Chrome OS or Google Fuchsia? No, neither on either. Video, how do you install softwares which are not in the Software Center in Linux, which is very difficult for normal users? I actually have one. Let me find it for you. All right. Okay, there is a video in there now about how to install software on a that's not in the repository. You gotta be careful with it though, just to make sure. So cute, yes, yes. Put cat in Adidas, Russian cat. Ooh, boo. Don't unless you have to. Is there a channel you can be more open about conservative views? Like a channel for me or a channel for the world? There's tons of them for the world. Antivirus for Linux that actively scans. Yeah. I'm using Chrome. No, I'm not using Chrome. I'm using WaterFox. Kitty still have all 9 lives left. That one does. The other one, I'm not sure. No, the kitty is not yet flealess. The kitty is getting round 2 dose of poison when I get to the store next. Because it is just getting, like, he has a crazy bad amount of fleas on him right now. And no matter what I'm doing, I can't seem to get rid of him. Okay, what kind of tuck it away out of sight but strong AV company, and they make Hitman Pro? So the get vid, see you soon. Yes, you as well. My browser, I'm using WaterFox. Okay, I think we're gonna jump this off. So don't forget, you can check out thinklifemedia.com. You can check that out, and then check out the Patreon page also, patreon.com/Tom M. You can pick up your mouse pads. I also have nice stainless steel water bottles to beat the summer heat. Check those out at shop.switch2linux.com, and for any other variety of support, check out switch2linux.com/support, which will have all the means to help support the channel. So thanks for watching, and hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.